Sometimes, you just want to enjoy the finer things in life. And today, I get to experience what that's like behind the wheel of the Li Auto L9. This is easily the most expensive car I've ever test driven at 5.5 million pesos. Before this, the priciest one I got behind the wheel of was the BYD Tang at around 3.3 million pesos, so this is a pretty big step up. And what makes this even more interesting is this isn't your typical hybrid. This is a plug-in range extended EV, which means the engine doesn't actually drive the wheels, it just acts as a generator. So let's see what that feels like from behind the wheel. Starting with the exterior, the L9 has a very executive presence. It's long, wide, and sits on a very generous wheelbase. This is Li Auto's flagship three-row SUV after all. You've got these clean, symmetrical LED light bars, both front and rear. Very sleek, very modern. Main lighting elements are actually positioned lower down in the bumper, which gives the front end a really clean look. Down here, you're riding on 265/45 21-inch Michelin Pilot Sport tires, which are actually standard. Underneath, you've got Li Auto's Magic Carpet Air Suspension Max system. It's an active air suspension system that continuously adjusts damping depending on road conditions, all in the name of comfort. Stepboards deploy automatically when you open the doors, although honestly, the L9 sits a bit lower than I expected for an SUV this size. Right up top, you've got the LiDAR sensor, which plays a huge role in the car's self driving capabilities. Now, personally, I would not say this is the most head turning design. From the side, it actually reminds me a bit of a Toyota Land Cruiser, but maybe that's the point. It's subtle, understated, a bit low key for something this advanced. Now, stepping inside, this is where things completely change. The interior is on a completely different level. The unit I'm driving today comes in this Hermès orange finish, and it really adds a nice pop of color. Up front, both seats are fully electronically adjustable with memory settings wrapped in Nappa leather. Comfort wise, these feel closer to lounge chairs than actual car seats. You've got excellent thigh support, lumbar support, and yes, even massage functions. In front of you, two massive 15.7-inch displays. The center screen controls basically everything in the car, and the passenger gets their own display, which is essentially like having a tablet built into the dashboard. Instead of a traditional gauge cluster, you get this smaller screen on the steering wheel. It shows you your drive mode, battery, fuel, and even lets you switch between EV and hybrid modes. Gear selector is now a stock, very clean setup. And right above that, you've got a very clear heads up display. It even shows you your blind spots when changing lanes, which is honestly something I've never seen before. Down here, plenty of storage, 4 bottle holders, and two 50-watt wireless chargers with cooling. Moving to the second row, you get captain's chairs. They're fully adjustable with massage functions as well. You even get a footrest and a small table on the passenger side. The third row, pretty standard bench layout. Space is decent depending on how generous your second row passengers are. Above, you have a full glass roof, controllable via touchscreen or voice. Li Auto even claims this has an air purification and fragrance system, which really adds to that home on wheels feel. So, ayan. Powering the L9 is a 52.3 kilowatt hour battery paired to a 1.5-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine. Combined output is around 442 horsepower and 620 newton meters of torque. And for something this big, it is surprisingly quick. Claimed 0 to 100 is about 5.3 seconds, which is honestly very impressive. And yeah, that feels accurate. Range is also insane. Li Auto claims that the L9 can do over 1,400 kilometers combined with a 65-liter fuel tank.
Tapos dalawang drop nito ng gear natin. Pag lumabas yung LCC sir, doon yung autopilot niya, yung assist drive.
Dalawang drop.
baba. Ay, isa pa sir.
Watch out.
Pag nakalabas si LCC.
Li Auto really markets this as a home on wheels, and I can see why. You've got interior cameras which can be used to monitor your passengers, but are mainly for touch-free gesture controls for the rear screens.
Please place your feet on the footrest. The leg support will lift soon.
There's even a compartment here that works as a fridge or a warmer.
The
Fridge
seat
warmer.
has been adjusted.
0 degrees. So,
Pwede ice cream.
tapos sa pwede rin siyang gawing warmer hanggang 50 degrees.
And the sound system. 21 speakers. It genuinely sounds like a concert hall in here. Voice controls are also very powerful, especially if you speak Mandarin. No Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but honestly, with built-in apps and the SIM connection, you really don't miss it. Now, this is where things get really interesting. The L9 comes with basically every driver assist you can think of. 360 camera, blind spot monitoring, and a system that can detect pedestrians, motorcycles, pretty much everything around you. Engage self-driving with 2 clicks down on the stalk.
LCC activated.
Siya na yung nagdadrive. Pero from time to time, mag-warning siya pagka kailangan hawakan yung steering wheel.
Kailangan, okay.
Kahit hindi siya i-control. Tapos, yung speed natin nakaset ngayon sir, 30. Pero pag tinasa mo to, pag sa highway yan. So, hanggang 120 kilometers kaya niyang takbo.
And this really surprised me. It's incredibly smooth. Steering, braking, everything feels very natural. You can even adjust how it behaves. Speed limits, following distance, even how it reacts to traffic. It does lean more on the caution side, which is always ideal. There was one moment where we had the right of way, and it still chose to let other cars pass. But honestly, this feels very close to full autonomy. Parking is also on another level. From Li Auto's website, the L9 features an all-scenario smart parking. From what I experience, this means that the L9 is not just limited to predefined parking areas. You can actually select where you want the car to position itself and park based on the current environment.
Kunyari, gusto mong sir, customize. Kunyari, gusto mo nandito sa gilid. APA ko lang siya. Pwede mo siya i-draw kung paano mo siya nakapark na gagawin.
Sasagad niya. Yeah. This is available for both when the driver is in the car and remotely, where the car simply parks itself after dropping the driver and passenger off. There's nobody inside. And when self-driving is active, these blue LEDs light up on the exterior, letting others know that the car is in autonomous mode. Tapos mag-off na siya ng kanya.
Automatic na rin siya nakapark. Tapos, malayo ka naman sa kanya, yung susi na sa'yo.
For context, the L9 is actually longer and wider than a Toyota Land Cruiser. But from behind the wheel, it doesn't feel that way. Visibility is good, and all the driver assists really help you place the car. Steering is very light, but adjustable. Brakes feel natural, slightly soft, likely due to region setting. Put it into sport mode, and the car just wakes up. Acceleration is very smooth and very stable thanks to the L9's all-wheel drive system.
Yung mga important na parang drive modes, tapos yung suspension height, pwede natin dyan i-control, pwede natin itaas yung unit, pwede naka-drop. Tapos kanan tayo dito. Tapos dire-diretso hanggang si Kalayaan.
Even through corners, I didn't really feel much body roll. Now in sport mode, you do feel more of the road, but switch to comfort, and it's like the outside world just disappears. Bumps, imperfections, almost completely gone. You've also got double pane glass, which really helps with cabin insulation, and even when the engine is running, you don't really hear or feel it. My only regret is not pushing the car a bit harder. I was definitely being careful knowing how much this costs. I actually came to Li Auto to try the L6, which was the brand's two-row midsize SUV, but ended up with the L9 instead, due to the test drive unit of the L6 being unavailable. And honestly, I'm not complaining. My experience with the L9 left me with a new perspective on how a car should be designed. Li Auto calls this a home on wheels, and with everything it offers, I'd say that's pretty accurate. With vehicle to load capability, you could even turn this into a proper camper. Now, one thing I do want to point out is with how advanced the L9 is, you're relying on a huge network of sensors, cameras, and systems working together all the time. And while that's what enables all these amazing features, it also means there's a lot more potential points of failure compared to a more traditional vehicle. I'm particularly curious about what happens long term, especially in real world conditions like here in the Philippines. Things like heavy rain, flooding, dust, heat, even something as simple as a sensor getting blocked or damaged. How does the car respond in those situations? Does it limit certain functions? Does it disable self driving entirely? And more importantly, how easy is it to maintain or replace those components? I think that's the trade off with something this tech heavy. You're getting cutting edge features and convenience, but at the same time, you're also introducing a level of complexity that raises questions about long term ownership. That's something I'd really want to understand more if I were to fully commit to a vehicle like this one. But at the end of the day, this is one of those cars where I can confidently say, I want one. You get the performance of a sports car, the space of a minivan, and features that honestly feel closer to an RV. And that is what makes the Li Auto L9 so special. curious to find out more of the other EVs I've driven, check out my videos on the Tesla Model 3 and the BYD Sea Lion 5. Thank you for watching, stay safe on the road, and I'll see you in the next one.